Oh yeah, look at that video length. 23 minutes of chompy action. Right. Now, don't blink or you'll miss this battle, because this is about the best I get out of Chompy. Really, honest to God. So, this is the rest hook set, so I'm just dragging Tailin around, eventually ends up in Tyranitar, and then I go for the EQ, and then I kill him. And I have no attack investment, and I'm like, okay, where did that come from? I'd quite like to know, and then you see, how bulky it is with Excadrill, making a dent, but not exactly a sizable one, and then he gives up. That is the most noticeable thing Rest Hawk Chomp did. I'll also say another problem with it is you do want Dragon Tail, because you are going to need to phase shit. If you want to run EQ, then you get walled by Togekiss. Not fun. Anyway, this is the next team I use. This is my attempt to try lead off Chomper. I'm using an Espeon Sableye core because Sableye seemed quite good. Well, I suppose it's Espeon Sableye Tran core. We'll go with that. But I don't know. Sableye seems to be doing quite well for me at the moment, and like I say, it stops Kangaskhan in its fucking track. It really does. Like, Kanga's got nothing against that. I've been using. I figured I'd give Espeon a go, because it is actually quite helpful, and it is very, very good when we get to the last battles. By the way, counting the first one, there's 6 battles, so yeah, and a couple of them are in ×2 speed. I think this video will probably be about 35 minutes if I didn't speed them up. Anyway, like I say, that's lead off Chompy with his Stealth Rocks. I think I am actually still running max. I know I'm not running a completely offensive set. I know that completely. Because I figured if I'm going to do a lead-off set, I probably want max HP, max defense, because survivability is more the main thing. Even if I max attack it, Adamant, it's not going to one-shot stuff. I just want to make sure that it's going to, stay alive, get Stealth Rocks up, and at least put a dent in something, whittle in someone's chips before it dies. So that was it. Thoughts on it? It's okay. It can tank some hits really quite well. Stab EQ, stab D-Claw, Fire Blast is coverage. By the way, the one thing I did completely glaze over in my last Chompy video, Mega Garchomp does get base 120 special attack. Now, even if that's just in service of Fire Blast, that's still pretty fucking good just for, essentially coverage. I mean, it's not your main source of attack. So, that base 120 is a massive markup on regular Chomp, because on regular Chomp the attack is perfectly good. There's nothing wrong with its attack, but its special attack for coverage's sake is a little bit iffy. So having base 120 there, you don't even need to invest in it, just as a thing to help you get some extra damage. Very good, I'm not gonna lie, it is helpful. So that's one, I'm not gonna say massive but plus point, but it is a big part of it. But like I say, the lead-off set, you can tank a hit, you can get your Stealth Rocks up. If something wants to come into you that isn't named Donphan, you should be okay. Again, Togekiss is actually a very, very, very big check to Chompy. In general, you probably actually want to run Stone Edge more than Fire Blast, or maybe even EQ. Maybe. I don't know, it's kind of iffy, but Togekiss is a massive problem for it now, it really is. So yeah, the main big problem, and the one thing that was kind of kicking me in the, in the shins the whole time, while I was using Lead Off Chompy, was I could have a Megazord X in there. I could put Stealth Rocks on something else. In fact, I have an Espeon, I don't really need Stealth Rocks, I can just, Magic Bounce them back. I could have Mega Medicham and Fake Out and do far more damage than Chomp ever has any right to do. I could have a Mega Houndoom with great coverage, isn't really walled by fairies, gets Nasty Plot, is really quick. It's just, there is really no point to having a lead-off Mega. Alright? I mean, Megas, while a lot of them are wank, I'm not going to say a lot of them are good. You can do better. I mean, like I say, it's a one-trick pony. You can't, very few of them have got recovery. You want something more. You want it to make a bigger impact. If you're going to take the time to put it in your team, you want to know that it's going to do something more than get up stealth rocks, beat some things up a bit, and then die. So that's what I'd say. It can do its job quite well. It's serviceable. It is walled by a couple of things, but overall, apart from Togekiss, they're fucking wankers now, even worse to deal with. It's a fairly pointless thing. It really is. I don't know. Maybe some of you like it, but it is not quite my thing. I did like this team, though. Once I get past the lead-off chomp, I make a couple of tweaks, and it's so much fun. It is ridiculously good fun. I never thought I'd like it. Like, I threw this team together just because I wanted to get lead-off chomp out of the way, and there's a very good example of its defense. Like, even when it isn't Mega Evolved, it's very good. I don't quite know why I went EQ there. I'm assuming I was predicting something of the sort. I don't know. But, yeah, one thing that might actually work quite well for it, bizarrely, is Hidden Power Ice. It's got the special attack to support it. It sounds fucking retarded, but things like Landy as well really bugger it over. And Togekiss, yeah. Or Poison Jab. Poison Jab would be very good cover. It's either Poison Jab or Sludge Bomb. I think it's Poison Jab. I probably should have tried Poison Jab on Chompy and see how well it did. Yeah, I really completely forgot about that one, but there you go. I kind of like having Dragon Claw and Outrage, because I absolutely despise just having Outrage on a set, because you go for it, you're locked in, you're done. You know, if he predicts you, if he goes into a Fairy, if he goes into Tran, for example, you're buggered over a Bread Bin. So it's just like, well, I'd rather, you know, have options. And Poison Jab, I like it on Houndoom because Houndoom stabs are really good and they're quite diverse. You know, Poison Jab's just nice extra coverage, but Garchomp stabs, like I say, they're a bit iffy. So, there you go, that's what I say. You could give Poison Jab a go, and you could feasibly kick the crap out of a Togekiss. I don't know what set they run these days, but I'm sure you could get somewhere. But, again, it's kind of... yeah, pretty much. But I don't know. I will say in the last few battles it did start growing on me a bit. The last few battles were really fun. Because, like I say, I said that I wasn't going to judge it on two things. I wasn't going to judge it on whether it was a good rest hawk or not, because that's fucking pointless. Anything can rest hawk, really. And I wasn't going to judge it on how good it was with Shell Smash. However, it was really good with Shell Smash. It was so much fun. It really was. It's very good as a Shell Smash poke. Like, as again, you know, that's exactly what it was screaming for. It's like, I'm not quick enough, can someone give me a hand? And when you give it that hand, when you extend that hand, thinking, okay, Chompy, you can have one last go, it pays it back. It really does. It is a fucking brilliant thing. But on the other, there are a couple of standout moments in the battles, well, in one battle in particular coming up, which kind of show what Chompy is. It kind of explains it. So, when we get to that. But still, this... I tried this Espeon. I tried making it max HP. I think it is max defense. I'm fairly certain it's max defense. It's alright. It's not too bad. And if your Kidizera got Psychic and Dazzling Gleam, that's okay. I mean, again, you're going to get walled quite hard by steals, but it's not bad. It's got alright coverage, and I've got Wish and Baton Pass, and it has a surprisingly good amount of survivability. I was expecting it to just get sneezed on and just explode. Like, you know, a mouse in a microwave. But it did really good. Anyway, this battle was sort of iffy. Absol, I faced a couple of Absols. I don't think it's gaining any steam. Not a lot of people enjoy it. But it's alright. You know, Absol isn't too bad. Although that said, that Dazzling Gleam fucked its face off. I was like, whoa, Espeon, calm down! Jesus! Where the hell did that come from? So that was fun. But again, it also has the problem of another guy that I faced using Mega Absol, which I haven't put in this video. He was using SD, Protect, presumably, to make sure he gets the Mega Evolution, which is kind of odd, because if you pick it right, you really don't have to give a shit. Sucker Punch and Dazzling Gleam. Now, I'm not gonna lie, in Pokebank OU, just fucking use bloody superpower, okay? We have access to that in Pokebank OU. I get that if you're doing it X and Y and you're doing it legit, you aren't going to have access to superpower, and you are going to have problems getting superpower because you have to breed it on 5th gen, but just use superpower. It is far better. I mean, no, it's not Dazzling Beam, it's fucking Player Off. What am I talking about? I did the fucking same thing last time. I would just, Player Off is just a better alternative. And that was hilarious. It's like, well done, Twatface, you failed miserably. As you can see, I put a Smeargle in place of Mawile. Holy shit! I really like that Smeargle. I don't know why. I'm generally not a big fan of Smeargle. It's very frail and kind of bitty, and it doesn't quite do what you want it to do. Especially, the classic 4th gen Spore Subdrum Baton Pass set. I believe it's called Passing a Bellizard. I never liked that set at all. I thought it was fucking horrific. Like, it never quite had enough speed. I was never quite good enough with it. And you Spore, and then you got to take a turn to Sub, got to take a turn to Belly Drum, and then you get your Salad Berry, and then you Baton Pass out, and maybe you'll have a Sub still by the end of it, and then, you're +6, +1, it's like, oh, cool, but you still got to make sure you pick the right thing. It was kind of iffy. I didn't really like it. Wasn't quite my gig. And, people really cottoned on to the fact that, oh, once I've been Spored, I switch out, Raw, and fuck you. So, I don't know why it's working so well. Maybe it's got good support with Sableye, so I can taunt stuff and, switch out. Or, I can, I can, Dark Void. Dark Void is quite good, by the way, although it has fucked me over a couple of times. Really badly. But things like that, for grass types, is very helpful. Very helpful. But yeah, you can Shell Smash, and then, because I have Espeon on the team, you can Baton Pass into Espeon, you can fuck over if they want to roar you out or taunt you or something, and then you can cheekily Baton Pass out into Chomp. However, here, I do make a mistake. I probably really should have gone into Espeon. Oh wait, Espeon's dead. Alright, that wasn't really happening. What I really should have done was stayed in to take the burn first, because he wasn't going to do anything else. There's no fucking way he was going to do anything else. So I really should have stayed in to try and take the burn with Smeargle and then BP out. And then I would have gotten a more sturdy hit off. But, to be fair, given his due, Chompy still pulls it out. And like I say, Gothagrigus is a defensive monster. So I'm fairly pleased that Garchomp was doing that much damage. And like I say, the Shell Smash does counter the burn. I also say I'm being very risky with my Smeargle, because I'm not running a Sash, which is kind of iffy, but I don't know. White-Herb seems to be working out quite well for me. It just is. Again, this sort of thing, if I was going to do this with a regular Chomp, I'd put a Lumberry on it. That's the thing. I really, really, really liked Baton Passing Smashes out to Chomp. It's, Smash Pass with Chomp is hilarious. You just fucking demolish shit. It runs train. But again, regular Bongo Chomp still has good defense, still has good, has better speed, still has really good attack. It's mere special attack, but +2 is going to rectify that quite well. And you can put a Lumberry on it, you can put a Yachi Berry on it to deal with Ice Shards. The regular Bongo Chomp just gives you so much more sort of playroom because of the items. The items can make the set much better, and it's something that Mega Chomp, and in fact all Megas, are just going to be missing constantly. Anyway, this battle was such a bitch. This guy showed up with a stall team, like, Robotnik is Sexy was, I was talking to him on through YouTube comments, and we were sort of saying, you don't really see many defensive teams anymore. They're all usually sort of hyper offense with a wall like a Skarm or something, or a Tran. But this guy fucking shows up with his fucking bullshit 6-wall team there. Even his Rhyperior, I don't quite know why he's picked Rhyperior for that one. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but whatever floats his boat. I could have sworn he could do something a bit better. Maybe run a Quagsire? I don't know. But, I was pleasantly pleased, and when I thought about it a bit more, kind of annoyed with how I played in this battle, but it was a good one. And like I say, I usually flounder and fail at stall teams, because stall teams just, I remember there was a battle against Sergeant, whatever the fuck his name was, that dick piston who's just cocky as fuck. I can't remember his name anymore. And he showed up with a 6-poke stall team, and I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Like, stall can be really fun depending on how you play it. But I just struggle against stall teams, because unless I've bought my own stall team with aromatherapy and shit like that, I flounder. I can't handle it, because they have so many options. They're going to get recovery all the time. I'm astonished his Chansey didn't fucking well have Wish. But there you go. But, I get my, fucking Mega Chomp in, and it's +2/+2, and I go for that Fire Blast, and now we are making headway. Here, I really wanted to go Dragon Claw, okay? I really did, alright? But I wasn't sure it was kill, and I haven't got that much faith in Chompy, so there you go. He does miss 2 Dragon Tails. I felt sorry for him, so I go for a Fire Blast. It misses, doesn't really matter. I mean, you might say, what are you doing? I mean, if I'd have landed an EQ there, then I win, effectively. But it's not quite what I was there for. I mean, great. I'm sure if anyone misses 2 Dragon Tails, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure I could win, but it's not quite what we're there for. We're here to see how good Chompy is. One other really important thing that I found, before I do anything else, that was the most disappointing part of this battle, alright? I get that Chansey is very, very, very bulky, but are you fucking serious? A 175 base power attack Garchomp with Outrage, no less. I think that was less than 50%. That just sums up Chompy in a nutshell. I know Chansey's very, very strong with its Violate. It's a fucking bitch to deal with, completely. By the way, I freaking smash past and do some stalling to with Heatran, which is quite fun. Although I never had the balls to sort of go for it, because he switches around between Heatran and Chansey, and if I'd have just gone Earth Power once, gotten rid of that Tran, that's it. That would have been awesome, but I never had the balls for it, and I was so disappointed in myself. You know, that was the defining moment for me, alright? One of the things that I like about Mega Medicham, for example, which I'll probably get onto at some point, but I've already used it once, I loved it, it's massively good. Mega Medicham and Mega Mawile have huge power and pure power, alright? That's the difference here. Like, it's all well and good saying, oh yeah, Ampharos has got, like, base 170 special attack. Oh, Garchomp's got, like, base 175. If you look at Medicham, Mega Medicham, and Mega Mawile, I think maxed out Mega Mawile's a little bit more powerful than Mega Medi, but they're hitting, like, 600 attack, okay? That is power. That is a respectable attack stat. When you can't put an item on a Pokemon, 600 attack is what you want. And that's where, you know, a lot of these Megas fall down. It's like, oh yeah, great, you know, we boosted their attack and their speed to crazy levels. But it's like, yeah, but you can't put an item on to do things with them, to specialise them. That's where the problems lie. So, yeah, that's kind of my thinking on it, alright? The only 2 Megas for me where the only 2 major Megas for me where the, like, offensive stat boosts actually matter is, like I say, Mega Medi and Mega Mawile. Because Mega Medi, I mean, what has it got, 60 base power on its regular thing? Alright, that's fair enough. When you huge power it, that's cool. But 100 base power doubled just puts it in an entirely different league than Chomp. And it's quicker than Chomp, and it gets coverage to deal with Chomp. Okay? That's just the way I look at it. I'd still maintain I prefer Mega Medi to Mega Mawile, although Mega Mawile does have Sucker Punch, so you can kind of square it whichever way you want. But that's just it for me. Like, it's all very well and good saying, yeah, these Pokemon have got stupidly high attack stats. In fact, the only other one I would say where it's boosted stats really count is probably Mewtwo Y, because base 194 special attack, you don't really need an item for that. You really just don't. I think it's perfectly okay where it is. Like I say, I think that's why you sort of focus on speed a lot. That's why I really like Mega Houndoom, because yeah, its power's boosted a bit, but you can't get an item to boost that power. However, its speed is so much better than its regular, you know, form, that it makes it just infinitely better. That's the main markup for me. Speed is probably the most important of all of these megas. That's why Chomp doesn't do so well, because its speed didn't get boosted, it dropped into the range of inconvenience. So that's what I'd say. But I will, again, I'll say that it is great for smash passing. It's so much fun. It's got really good bulk as well. It can actually handle, taking the hit and when you baton pass into it. But I really like this team. It's just silly. Like, I just threw it together, looked at it, took one look at it and thought, it's going to be awful. But it's surprisingly fun. Like, Espeon, Sableye, Heatran's fairly nice core. And, it's a barrel of whimsical chimps, is what I'll give it. But, I will again say, like, Chompy started to grow on me a bit for the last few battles, just because I was having so much fun with Smeagol, and Dark Void just did me there. He just buggered me. I was so disappointed. But, with Baton Pass as well, because Baton Pass is there, you can actually drop it in on the right thing. So if they, with Espeon, if a Chomp, if a Tran wants to come into you to sort of stop you from doing shit, if you Baton Pass out, you can just predict the switch. So it might actually work quite well on like a Volt Turn team, because you can pick what you bring it into. So it might actually work a bit better there and be a bit more effective than just switching it in, trying to get an SD up and then hitting things. I think it would make quite a good hit and run poke with a Volt Turn team, but I still maintain, whether you're going to smash pass it, whether you're going to rest, or whether you're going to make a bulky set, whether you're going to make a lead-off set, regular Chomp is going to be better. Just because you can get an item, and because it has, 10 base more speed. That's it. You can make a Lomberry lead-off Chomp with Stealth Rocks, it will do better, it's quicker than things, it still has the power to hit stuff. You can make a Resto Chesto lead-off Chomp, whatever you want to do. You could probably make a better defensive set with a Resto Chesto thing, or you can make you can do so much more with the regular one. You can scarf the regular one, and it will be better. You can ban the regular one, it will probably have the same amount of power as Mega Chomp, and it will be quicker. So, I tried to like Mega Chomp, alright? I did 2 massive videos. I did my utmost hardest to try and like Mega Chomp, but it's not good. It's just not good, and it's such a shame because Chompy's awesome. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Like I say, just give it a go, Smash Pass. It doesn't make it good by any means, but it is a barrel of whimsical chimps. It is quite fun. And one thing he's got is his boosted defenses do make him a pretty good candidate for Smash Passing, because, he is going to tank a hit fairly well. But anyway, that's that for Chompy. I don't know, I think Blastoise is probably next, so look forward to that, my friends. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed. Go Chompy. You're shit, but you tried. I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.